Could there be a lawsuit coming from one broadcast company towards the SWAC? This is interesting. This is something that I'm glad we're about to dive into right here on the Black Boss channel. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button right after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. here with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bells. We upload every single day. Now, HBCU Gameday put out an interesting article about a potential lawsuit. They didn't say the lawsuit has been filed, but they said there is a potential lawsuit coming towards the SWAC from a broadcast company over sponsorships and what you're able to do and what you're able to broadcast. So I'm going to give you guys the Cliff Notes version, and then we're going to read some of HBCU Gameday's article. Shout out to Stephen J. Gaither and those guys over there. Now, here's the issue. Urban Edge Network, you guys might have heard of them. They struck a deal with FAMU and Grambling. They are the parent company of HBCU League Pass. HBCU League Pass is a new app. You got some cool stuff going on over there. I think Allscript has a channel over there. FAMU has a channel. Grambling has a channel, and a couple of other HBCUs have channels over there on the HBCU League Pass. And they struck a deal with Grambling. They struck a deal with FAMU that they would be broadcasting Grambling and FAMU games, Grambling and FAMU events, Grambling and FAMU different kinds of stuff. They did the spring game for Grambling. They did this, they did a bunch of good things. They have this deal. Well, the SWAC, and this is all according to HBCU Gameday, the SWAC and Commissioner McClelland struck their own streaming platform deal for all the SWAC schools with HBCU Go, which is up under the umbrella of Allen Media Group and Byron Allen and his team over there. And so it looks as if the SWAC is saying, hey, what y'all struck with HBCU League Pass is cool, but they ain't allowed to broadcast SWAC games. SWAC games, you can only negotiate broadcasting SWAC games through the SWAC League office, that i.e. Commissioner McClelland. That's what he's saying. And he's like, hey, because I think Urban Edge Network, HBCU League Pass were out, courting sponsors and saying, hey, we have Grambling, we have FAMU. We're going to be showing Grambling and FAMU games. We're looking to get sponsorships with Pepsi. We're looking to get sponsorships with some of these other big-time major corporations. And Commissioner McClelland got word of it, went to those same sponsors who sponsor the SWAC already, the Pepsis of the world, and so on and so forth. That was the name that's been thrown around. This all allegedly, by the way. This is via HBCU Gameday. And they were like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes they're not allowed to broadcast SWAC games. They're not allowed to broadcast SWAC games. I know they struck a deal with the school. They didn't strike a deal with the league office. The league office has struck our own deal with HBCU Go. Once again, Byron Allen, not League Pass, Go. They're like, we're with Go. Go can stream games. League Pass, not so much. And so Urban Edge Network is like, hold on. They're like, yo, we'll sue you guys because we've already struck these deals. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we're telling them we can broadcast games because, damn it, we can broadcast games. And so let's go. I'm giving you that as we dive into the HBCU Gameday, HBCU Go, HBCU League Pass, HBCU Gamedays, so much. But we're going to dive into their article. The article says SWAC fears pending lawsuit could impact the deal with PepsiCo. It says a company claiming it has right to broadcast athletic contests between SWAC within the SWAC has threatened to sue the league, claiming it interfered with a potential big-time sponsor. An attorney representing Urban Edge Network Incorporated, parent company of HBCU League Pass, sent the notice to the SWAC on April 14th that it will be filing a lawsuit against the conference. The document obtained by HBCU Gameday alleges, quote, improper and illegal interference with Urban Edge Network's, quote, expected business transaction with PepsiCo by the SWAC. SWAC Commissioner Dr. Charles McClelland sent a copy of the notice from the attorney to the presidents and chancellors of the conference on Thursday. The letter informed the council of presidents that PepsiCo had reached out to them about the Urban Edge Network broadcasting SWAC contest, in which he stated they had no rights to do so. Now remember, Urban Edge Network, HBCU League Pass struck deals with Grambling and FAMU, SWAC schools, to broadcast Grambling and FAMU, SWAC events, games. And Dr. McClelland is like, yo, I don't care what you did with those schools. You didn't come talk to me. You didn't come talk to my office. And so therefore, League Pass is coming to Pepsi like, hey, you guys want to throw us a couple 100,000, want to throw us $1 million, want to throw us whatever for sponsorships and advertising because we're going to be showing these games. And Pepsi went back to Dr. McClelland just to make sure, probably to make sure this is all me, translating. Like, yo, okay, hey, we got these guys over at League Pass saying they're going to do SWAC games this year. Is that true? And Dr. McClelland came through like Debo, like, hell no, it ain't true. Pardon my French. So that's where we're going. This is part of what he sent to the presidents and chancellors, by the way. Shout out to HBCU Gameday for this amazing article, too. It says, but any entity that is approaching PepsiCo for media buys and referencing broadcasting SWAC games should be evaluated more closely. It has been brought to my attention that several entities have approached some of our corporate sponsors, meaning SWAC corporate sponsors, and others regarding media buys for SWAC games, meaning advertising, right? Advertising media buys. Just for your information, SWAC conference games cannot be streamed or broadcasted on a national basis outside of the conference agreements. In addition, members' institutions cannot grant permission to other entities to broadcast games, either liner or digitally, on a national basis. All conference games are restricted and can only be negotiated by the SWAC conference office. Now, what he is saying in this is, hey, if Grambling plays Alabama, if Grambling plays the University of Louisville, University of Kentucky, if they play like these non-SWAC schools, by golly, y'all can stream on any platform that you want to stream in the history of streaming platforms. But if you play a SWAC school, meaning if you play a Jackson State, if you play a Southern, if you play a Bethune-Cookman, if you play Arkansas Pine Bluff, if you play an Alcorn, you cannot stream it on any other platform. I don't care what deal you struck with whoever. That is what Commissioner McClelland is saying. That's what he's putting out there. That's what he's putting out there, according to this article, of course. This is interesting. It goes on to say, once again, really, really good piece by HBCU Gameday. I recommend you go read it. It says, McClelland expressed concern that the issue could jeopardize the league's own relationship with Pepsi, who the league is renegotiating with for potential, listen to this. This is what he's scared that this could do, this lawsuit. 8-figure payment. 8 figures. That means 10 million plus. He stated it possesses a potentially bigger threat to the league's negotiation with Byron Allen's media group for secondary broadcast rights. So remember, the SWAC has a deal with ESPN. We don't know the details of that deal. They struck a secondary deal with HBCU Go. Remember, that was the Byron Allen. I preferenced that. I told you guys about that. And so he's saying, I think this is what Commissioner McClelland is concerned about. This is what he's feeding to the press, to whoever's going to listen. It's like, yo, this lawsuit, if it does, because, Urban Edge Network look like they're going to file it, it could mess with our 10 million plus. I'm saying 10 million plus because 8 figures means 10 million plus, over 10 million. It could mess with an 8-figure deal, which means 8 figures worth of money doesn't get distributed between the 12 SWAC schools. And it could mess with our broadcasting rights. The email states, this is big. This is to get, I believe, to get the public on his side. It is a smart move. It says the email states that the total funding jeopardized could potentially be in excess of $100 million. $100 million. Now, if we don't know nothing else, we know dollars and cents. And Commissioner McClelland is smart because he understands, what do we talk about? What do Coach Prime, Hugh Jackson, all these SWAC alumni, all the people around that talk about this SWAC stuff, the sports stuff, whatever, in these universities, we talk about resources. And if you losing out on $100 million, that's a whole lot of chicken. That's a whole lot of resources to be missing out on. So Commissioner McClelland is putting it out there. Now, whether this is an accurate depiction or not, I don't know. But he's putting it out there that, hey, we could be losing out by this lawsuit. We could be losing out on $100 million. So he's letting everybody know, like, hey, if we lose this Pepsi deal and we lose this HBCU Go deal, just know that we lost out on $100 million because of them. Because of them. That's tough. That is tough. Woo, that is tough. $100 million could potentially lost. Now, let's continue. Let's read some about the SWAC broadcasting rights. It says, according to the website, UE Urban Edge Network, or UEN, provides media assets for the HBCU League Pass, which announced deals with multiple SWAC institutions in February. The deal, one with Florida A&M and another with Grambling, includes a signage on NASCAR vehicles as well as an app with channels for live streaming. FAMU announced theirs first on February 15th. A week later, Grambling announced a similar deal. McClelland made it clear to the SWAC leadership that he intends to resolve the issue, stating that the league intends to file counterclaims potentially for fraud or false representation. Quote, the SWAC intends to file this lawsuit vigorously and aggressively, McClelland wrote. We will not stand by and allow third parties to try and take advantage of the SWAC in our institutions. This is interesting, and this is big for a couple of reasons. One, if there are lawsuits about broadcasting SWAC games, that lets me know SWAC football or SWAC events, SWAC games, I'm really talking about football, are a big deal. Because if folks are willing to go to court, if folks are willing to pay lawyers, if folks are willing to file lawsuits, that means they see the potential, and they see the potential revenue and the potential money opportunity that these things present. That's one. Two, what I am confused by, what kind of like is throwing me off a little bit, is how is it that Grambling and FAMU struck deals with Urban Edge Network if they and they did this? Did they know that they weren't allowed to, like the Urban Edge Network wouldn't be allowed to broadcast SWAC games? Were they upfront with Urban Edge Network about the fact that, hey, we can strike these deals and you guys can promote different kind of games and a bunch of other stuff, but when it comes to SWAC competition games, you have to go through the league office. Like, how does Urban Edge Network not know that? How do the schools not know that? How do the schools not inform their broadcast partner about this? Where was the confusion in all of this? Because Commissioner McClelland, by that HBCU Gameday article, seems very adamant that, hey, I don't give a damn who y'all strike a deal with. Y'all can strike a deal. like, it don't matter. You're not going to broadcast SWAC games without striking a deal with the SWAC office, the SWAC headquarters, with me. And how do two major institutions, specifically for football, huge, Grambling is one of the most recognizable brands in HBCU football, period. How do they not know that they couldn't make this deal? Or is this a rule that Commissioner McClelland is making on the fly because he don't want to messing up his money with HBCU Go? Like that's interesting to me. That is super interesting to me. I understand what he is saying because think about it. Think about if you're a business. In the SWAC office is a business. Like, these schools are institutions. They're higher level institutions. But when it comes down to budgeting, this is money involved. This is a business. This is business at play. And he's like, yo, we can't allow Grambling games to be shown on League Pass when we have our own streaming deal. No, we need those Grambling games to be on our streaming platform. We need those FAMU games to be on our streaming platform. We don't need those games on this third party where we don't get no cut. No. No. You can't cut us out. And that makes sense. SEC Network, they have their games. You know what I'm saying? ACC Network has their allotment of games. They don't get cut out. Now, there's the Texas and the Longhorn Network, but I'm sure they made an agreement and have, cut in, like, let the Big 12 now moving over to the SEC know about what they got going on. Well, it sounds like Grambling and FAMU struck this deal with Urban Edge Network and then let Commissioner McClelland and the SWAC know what was going on. We're talking about $100 million, guys. Commissioner McClelland has put it out there smartly. He's putting it out there that, hey, if these lawsuits come through, it could mess up our corporate sponsors, and it can have our schools, our universities, our athletic departments, our whatever, our 12 members of our conference miss out on an excess of $100 million. Now, is that worth it? That's basically his what he's saying to, just from, these snippets, he's saying to the rest of the conference, to their alumni, to the athletic departments, to the student body, to everybody that's involved in this space. Are these guys basically saying, are these guys over here at Urban Edge Network, HBCU League Pass, are they worth your school, your conference, your people missing out on $100 million? That's tough. That's tough. Dude, hey, Commissioner McClelland's that's a boss move. That's a boss move. He didn't put it out via no press secretary, no spokesperson. These quotes that HBCU Gameday was using were directly from him. Hey, man. Hey, this is wild. I just want to know, how did the schools not know that they can't broadcast SWAC games on another third party? Two, was that, I imagine that is communicated to them properly, or is this something that the SWAC just made up last second? Because that's another part of this. And three, what is the end result? Does Byron Allen and Go back out of their deal with the SWAC because of this? Does Pepsi, who is a major sponsor of the SWAC, back out of their 8-figure SWAC deal? Does Urban Edge Network get what they want in the end? I guess we'll have to wait. Can the SWAC countersue and win something off that? Will that mean the shutting down of HBCU League Pass before it ever really gets off the ground? Yo, this is going to be crazy to watch moving forward. This is going to be crazy to watch moving forward. Hit that thumbs up button. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYJr with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. I post all my content on there at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out, and I will see you next time. Peace.